Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. This space is all about real talk, self awareness, and building healthier relationships with others and with yourself. Whether you're here to learn, grow, or just feel a little less alone, you are in a right place. We are diving into a topic that affects more people than you might think, but often goes unnoticed: codependency. Each week, we'll dive into topics like codependency, self esteem, boundaries, and emotional healing explained in simple, relatable ways. No judgment, no pressure, just honest conversations and tools to help you live a more balanced, empowered life. In this video, we are going to break it down in simple terms: what codependency really is, where it comes from, how to spot it, and most importantly, how to start healing from it. So, if you're ready to understand yourself and your relationships on a deeper level, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. Codependency is when someone depends too much on another person for their emotional needs, self worth, or identity. It often happens in relationships where one person gives too much and the other takes too much. The giver may feel responsible for the other person's happiness while ignoring their own needs. This pattern usually starts in childhood, especially in families with addiction, neglect, or emotional instability. A child may learn to please others to feel safe or loved. As adults, they may continue to put others first even when it hurts them. Common signs of codependency includes people pleasing, low self-esteem, poor boundaries, and fear of being alone. For example, someone might stay in unhealthy relationships because they are afraid of being abandoned. Healing from codependency involves learning to set boundaries, build self-esteem, and take care of your own needs. With support and self-awareness, people can create healthier, more balanced relationships. So, what is codependency? Imagine a relationship where one person is always giving, fixing, or rescuing, while the other is always taking, needing, or depending. The giver might feel responsible for the other person's happiness, choices, or even problems. This is the core of codependency. One person loses themselves in trying to take care of someone else. Codependency is not just about romantic relationships. It can happen between parents and children, friends, siblings, or even co-workers. The common thread is that one person's sense or self becomes tied to another person's behavior or approval. How does codependency develop? Codependency often starts in childhood. If a child grows up in a home where there is addiction, neglect, abuse, or emotional instability, they may learn to focus on others to feel safe or loved. For example, a child with an alcoholic parent might learn to keep the peace by being overly responsible. Or a child who doesn't get enough attention might try to earn love by always helping or pleasing others. Over time, these behaviors become habits. As adults, these individuals may continue to believe that their worth depends on how much they do for others or how much others need them. Here are some common signs of codependent behavior: people pleasing, saying yes when you want to say no, just to avoid conflict or rejection. Low self esteem, feeling unworthy unless you're helping or being needed. Poor boundaries, having trouble saying no or feeling guilty for putting yourself first. Caretaking, feeling responsible for other people's problems or emotions. Control issues, trying to fix or manage others to feel secure. These behaviors can lead to exhaustion, resentment, and loss of identity. So, how can you heal from codependency? The good news is that codependency is not a life sentence. With awareness and support, people can learn healthier ways of relating to others. Here are some steps towards healing. Recognize the pattern. The first step is to notice the signs of codependency in your relationships. You can start setting boundaries and learn to say no, ask for what you need, and protect your time and energy. You can build your self-esteem by focusing on your own interest, goals, and values. You are worthy just as you are. Let go of control. Understand that you are not responsible for other people's choices or emotions. You can also seek support by taking therapy, support groups, or talking to trusted friends that can help you. So, healing takes time, but it's possible. As you grow, you learn to have relationships that are based on mutual respect, not neediness or control. In conclusion, codependency is a pattern of behavior that can quietly take our lives and relationships. It often comes from a place of love, but it can lead to pain and imbalance. By understanding what codependency is, recognizing the signs, and taking steps to heal, we can build healthier, more fulfilling connections with others and with ourselves.